Hi, I'm Johnny Marques, and welcome to the All Knowing Podcast. We all have people we admire, heroes, people we look up to, people we try to emulate. At the All Knowing, we look into people's personalities by using different systems such as numerology, astrology, and life charts. A deep dive in a persona, if you will. It is our hope that we can help break down what makes a person, who they are, their traits, their actions, and their possible beliefs. And in doing so, help you understand if you have similar virtues. If you like the show, don't forget to push like. Or if you have someone that you want us to do a life chart on, please leave it in the comments. Thank you for watching and enjoy the show. Hey there, welcome to another episode of the All Knowing Experience. Today we are joined with Sally Faubion. How are you, Sally?
I'm very good. How about you?
Good, thank you. Today, just as a reminder again, if you like the video, push like. And if you like to join us, subscribe because it helps the channel. Today, in honor of the Super Bowl, we are going to be doing one of my sports heroes. He's a world famous athlete. His name is Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., often regarded as the GOAT quarterback of the NFL. Born August 3rd, 1977, which makes him a Leo. He was born in San Mateo, California. That's up near you, right, Sally?
It's a few, maybe 25 miles from where I live in San Francisco.
Oh, wow. Okay. He went to college in Michigan and was drafted in 2000 and for a staggering round 6 pick 199 by the Patriots, for whom he played for 19 years. He was a 5-time Super Bowl MVP, 7-time Super Bowl champion with numerous records, too many to list. I mean, we'd be here for at least 2 hours and don't want to do that. He retired as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, who he played for 2 years and brought them a Super Bowl win. And he just retired again this year, and he has a 10-year contract with Fox Sports for a staggering $375 million for the next 10 years. So I think they're going to keep him busy. Just a little background: he was married to supermodel Gisele Bündchen. I never can say it properly. In 2009, who he has 2 children with. They divorced in 2022, which was recently. He also had a previous relationship with actress Bridget Moynihan and has a son with her. Regardless if you like him or not, his achievements are staggering. I mean, definitely a hero of mine. And a motivator to myself, being from New England and also a Patriot fan for many, many, many years. Today, we are going to break down what makes Tom Brady the GOAT. Sally?
Well, I have not heard that expression. That's very interesting. You would think I would, but I haven't heard that. I'm going to analyze that very quickly just to see what number that comes to. 8, 9, 10, and 5 makes 6, and 7 makes 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a 4. The GOAT reduces to a 4. The 4 is dependable, reliable, dedicated, conscientious, shows up on time, does what he says he'll do.
I guess that's him.
Well, he's much more than that, though, because he has some very, very stellar circumstances in his numerological chart. For one thing, he is what is called a dharmic soul, Dharmic. It means that he did not have to return to the earth plane from the esoteric standpoint, and but he came in on a mission. So he has a mission in this life. He didn't bring any karmic challenges with him. There are 9 numbers that we analyze as numerologists, and he has every number covered. Most people do not. The great majority of people do not have all 9 numbers covered like this. The dharmics are quite rare. I could give you some examples, but gosh, I don't know whether I can get there in my brain real quickly right now. But he has also his name number, which is his outside self, is an 8. The 8 is the number of the exemplar, the teacher of teachers, the chairman of the board, the person who sets the example for others to emulate. Certainly, that's what this man has done. And then his destiny number is also the 8. That's the full addition of his birth date, reduced to a single digit. And that is also the 8. So he has double whammy 8. And then he's born on the 3 day. And the 3 is very prominent among athletes because it's a number that when somebody's born with a 3 and they get interested in any kind of anything, really, it could be artistically oriented too, but many athletes have the 3 because it's the number of discipline and dedication. I mean, tremendous discipline. And that's what Tom Brady has too. If anybody's ever read the story about what he feeds himself and how much he works out with his body and takes care of himself and so on. And that's the 3. The 3 also likes to be kind of a peacock in a way, to really kind of show off their wares if you want. But because the 3 is also very, very charming. I mean, he's just got it going, this guy. I mean, he really does.
He has the what you had mentioned, the TB12, which is exactly what you mentioned, the lifestyle, the nutrition,
Yeah.
opened up
But
a center.
the 12 is what I think I said to you. Did you already put that in, what I gave you about that?
No, I didn't. I was going to ask you. What I did was contacted Sally earlier today and asked her about the number 12 because throughout his career he's been number 12. Even on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, one of the players gave up the number so that Tom could have it. And I asked her to save it so you could tell what the 12 means.
Yeah, I have written a book called The Magic Behind Sports Jersey Numbers. And I don't have it published yet, but it's on its way. But the thing is, the 12 is the number of someone who sacrifices their own needs for the sake of others, as far as human beings go. But I mean, that's what that number means. And that seems to me to be an example of who Tom Brady is too. I think that in being this superstar, he makes everybody else shine too around him. I don't think that he beats his chest a lot and all of that either. And that would be a very humble 3, the 2 and 1 making 3. So he's got the 1 and the 2 with that. The 2 is much more humble. The 1 is let's go and let's win. And then the 3 is charming and, puts forth everything and makes everybody else look good too.
Right. To me, he seems like a big kid,
Well, the 3 is a childlike number too. It is called the childlike number.
Oh,
So,
wow.
I mean, he can have fun when he goes to have fun. Yeah. And I imagine he does have a lot of fun in football, regardless of how many times he gets hit, and so on, because they certainly do get hit in that sport, a lot, badly.
What do you see on as far as dedication? Because it seems that recently I mentioned a while ago that he just got divorced from Giselle, and there's a large part of me that thinks it has to do with it becoming me the family or football, and that had something to do with, I don't, who knows, but something that I feel that led to the downfall of his marriage. Do you see them being how do you
No,
say?
he's got a lawsuit now. I can see that. And also he's in, when that occurred, he was in an 8-year, which usually, well, it's a pretty good year usually. It's a pretty good year for somebody. So, but he did have I mean, he was conscientious there. I can see where he had the number 33, which was, he felt like he had to hold the world up for a while there. And that would have been that coming at him and it going in the news and all of that kind of thing. And as he turns into his 46th year, which will be in 2023 after August 12th or 3rd, I think it's August 3rd, he will be in an ending up, closing out, finishing off mode. And I can see there's the lawsuit there anyway, because he's got a lawsuit number. So there is something going on with that, but it's not going to pull him down. I mean, he's such a kind of stellar example of a human being that I think one of the things they say about dharmics is they're not intended to stay with one person for life. They're really meant to spread themselves around a bit, because their presence in the presence of other people is more important to what those people receive from them than what they receive from the other people. So it's about time he gets out there and starts spreading himself with other people, perhaps. Perhaps that was in his destiny anyway. And I don't see him as grieving necessarily. I do see that there's some sadness because he has the 61-7, that's separation, feeling alone at times and so on. And the 42 is very definitely a confrontational number. So he has that right now on on the leg of his life too. So he has a lot of things that show me that, yes, that's going on. But the guy, even into his future, I mean, he has the 5611 in the center of his years of wisdom, which start at 54 and go until he crosses through the veil, as we call it. And the 5611 is fame and adulation of the masses again. So he's going to be doing something clear out to the very end, I would say, something pretty sensational with his life. Right. And that's because that's what he came to be and do. And he can't help it. He really can't help it.
Well, he's got that 10-year contract with Fox Sports where he's going to be a sportscaster. So maybe that's what you're seeing.
Yeah.
Which probably lead into many other, I mean, he's so involved in, I mean, again, another person that, we could spend hours on the accomplishments and everything that makes Tom Brady, Tom Brady. But, just narrowing it down for the show's sake and just hearing your feedback on what you see on the charts is something that it seems very interesting.
Well, thank you. Yeah. That's what we're hoping for, right?
Yeah, no, for sure.
But yeah, I don't, I don't mince words. I really say what I see. And yeah, and really right now, I mean, from 2020, it started in 2020 for him, from 2020 to 2021, 22, which he's still in now because it goes birthday to birthday. And in 2020, he had difficult numbers then. He had ending up numbers, closing out numbers. He had the 99-9 for 2 years in 2021 and 2020. I'm sorry, 21 and 22. So the 99-9 really means there's something shutting down there, Right. So that was his marriage. And then,
wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
So and then, let me ask you this. So the marriage shutting down, I know there's a small percentage of people maybe hoping or not believing. What do you think of like final retirement? This is it?
No. Why would you even say that?
For coming back to football.
Oh, he, you know, it was in the news that he pulled out now
Right, right.
completely, I think.
So
And
he,
I was thinking that he could go until he was 50, which I thought would be a really cool thing to do, because
right,
one of the things is in this world, we've been taught to think old before we really are. The only thing is that football is a very hard, brutal sport, you know, and so 50 would be incredible to make it to there at that.
exactly.
But I think that I think he could be, if anybody could be that could go that far, it would be him. And when I look at his years when he's 48 and 49, he has the 80, which is just like he's just shining. And then at the age of 50, he does have the 72-9, which is another closing out, finishing off. So perhaps he could jump back in that ring, you know, and do his
You
thing.
heard that from Sally, sports fans. Uh,
Yeah. Well, I
maybe
mean, that's
even
a possibility. I really felt he would want to do that.
right,
But you know, he's being offered so much money here. He's just got lots of money on the physical plane, it
right,
shows. And so, you know, he's played a good game, I mean, to say the least.
right,
That's an expression, that's a small expression in
right.
comparison to what he's done. But I I just think, you know, and he's handsome and he's just got everything. I mean, I don't know his personality, but I do imagine he's pretty charming. Oh yeah, I do know his person. Well, I know what it would be like anyway. Yeah, because
Yeah,
he's got the three. Oh yeah, he can charm the socks off of anybody rather than something else that might be a little more
right.
uh, risque.
It seems interesting. It seems that a lot of difficult players that don't get along with other teams, when he talks to them, he convinces them and makes them into better men, better performers. So that's super fascinating that I've heard in the last few years.
The dharmic part of this man is what he is. His presence in the presence of others is more important to them and what they're receiving than they are to him and what he's receiving.
Right.
Okay,
Well,
because he
there's also,
has,
I think a lot of people in life uh, want to associate with champions, want to associate with
yeah.
successful people. So, you know, what is that? Success breeds success.
Well, I do think that, you know, I mean, there's a lot of what are they called? You know, the people that like to hang with famous people, but I think
Like groupies.
he,
Yeah.
yeah, groupies. I think he would be most interested in those that he could do something to help, uh, to be better themselves in what they're doing. And if he has an organization like that, then he's really doing that.
Right.
And but if it's more in the realm of football, then he's the best to go to. He's the best to even ask, would you mind giving me a little help here? The guy's double eights. He can't say no. I
Wow.
mean, he might have to, but he would like to say yes in that regard, I would say.
Well, Fox,
He's a stellar human being, this man. He really
nice. Well,
is.
Fox Sports has put their money where their mouth is because $375 million. I read a fact the other day that in his career, he earned in the neighborhood of, in all these years, in the neighborhood of $300 million. And this 10-year deal with Fox for 375 surpasses in a shorter
Mhm.
time all the money he's made in his lifetime.
Mhm.
So it's, I mean, there's nothing
Well,
but
I imagine, I mean, if that's only coming from, was that coming from everything? Because he may have done commercials, he may have done other things where he made,
like net worth,
oh,
like
I see.
net
Okay. Yeah.
earnings in his years of
Well,
play.
his wife wasn't a shrinking violet either.
No, not at all, not at all. I mean, she was the breadwinner for a while there. Uh,
Yeah. So she brought in some of the moolah too.
no, for sure.
Yeah.
In the future, as a companion piece, I'd love to do her as well because I've seen a couple of videos, interviews that she's done, and she's a very, very highly spiritual being.
Oh,
that
that's really neat. And so is he, because of the
I
things
think
that,
I think because of her, for
well,
sure.
because of the ritual that he follows, though, my God, it is a very elevated ritual
Right,
that I've read. Yeah.
so excellent. So again, another fascinating piece on one of the a new word for you, the GOAT, the greatest of all time in football, and it is Super Bowl as we speak tomorrow or today, whenever you're watching this video. And it was a perfect person to do in a perfect time. So thank you very much, Sally.
You're
Appreciate
very
it as
welcome. I
always.
really enjoyed this very much. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Enjoy the Super Bowl. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to push like and also subscribe, as it does help the channel. So thank you and take care.